Hey everyone, welcome into the Marvelous Marvel discussion arena for our She-Hulk Attorney at Law Season 1, Episode 3 review and reaction. So the people versus Emil Blonsky. So we're going to give our reactions to this. And before we do that, before we get into the discussion, just want to let all of you know out there that this is going to be spoiler filled as we talk about the episode. So if you have not watched She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 3, please go and watch that and then come back and watch our video here. So that is your spoiler warning. So let's get into it. I don't know, man. This to me personally, I don't know about for you guys. This is starting to kind of feel more like Marvel meets Ally McBeal. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? I mean, it's kind of
I
it's
don't
the
know Ally McBeal.
you've never seen
Yeah, I
Ally
don't.
McBeal. Okay,
I've
Never
never
seen it.
seen Ally McBeal.
I know I know
I've
of
heard
it. I've never watched
right,
it.
right. It's very comedy ridden and everything. Like with attorneys and stuff, and it's there's a little bit of drama mixed into it as well. But I mean, it's starting to feel like that to me. Like Ally McBeal meets Marvel here when it comes to She-Hulk, you know, and Jennifer Walters. But I mean, of course, in this episode, Jennifer continues to, defend Emil Blonsky, aka, of course, Abomination. And then we have another little kind of weird thing going on here, too, with kind of a shape shifting light elf. So we're going to talk about that as well. But what were your guys' favorite parts of the episode? So, Carl, I'll start with you, man. Go ahead. What was your favorite part of the episode?
What you're saying with like the Ally McBeal thing, I mean, that's actually what I like about the show, even though I haven't seen that. But like, I like that the show isn't like, all right, it's like a long form, overarching like origin story or like world threat or whatever. Like, I like that it's just she's a lawyer and she's got to deal with these things as a lawyer, and these different cases come about from, and there is a sort of ongoing thing with Blonsky right now. And then at the end of the episode, there is a tease for something else going on.
Right.
But yeah, overall, like I just like that aspect of it. I mean, personally, my favorite part of this episode is Wong showing up having to like, just to like talk to him like he's normal. Like she's like, this is what happens in the normal world. Like, you can't just do that. You can't just like use magic and like wave things away.
Yeah. And he comes in, and obviously spoilers here, like I was saying before, he admits that he's the one who got Abomination out, or, Blonsky out, and got him into those cage matches. It was like Wong that actually did that. So yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I love that they actually give explanation as to why that happened in Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Burley, how about you? What was one of your favorite parts of this episode?
One of my favorite parts is actually when it's during the trial for their little trial hearing that they have for Emil Blonsky, and they're just like, so how is he going to support himself? A perfect screenshot for it. He's got all these the women from the prison pen pal thing that they're going to support his yoga community thing. I can't remember what it's called. So he's like financially set there, and there's like 6 or 7 of them. That I'll admit, like, because this show goes for a lot of comedy, and some of it works for me, and some of it doesn't. But that moment, I just was busting out laughing on my couch.
Yeah, and then it takes Wong like forever to get in there, like in this image here. So
he's just like delaying. He's like, God, he has no commute time. How is he late?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Blonsky was like, oh, my 7 soulmates, and he's like, he stops them. He's like, no, and he names every one of them, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
he's really selling it. I believe him, although I'm not 100% sure, but I believe him.
Yeah, but then it's like he actually turns back into Abomination there for the one brief time there. But basically, he's trying to make a point that he can control himself, and he doesn't have to turn into Abomination anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was one of the reasons why they won. That she won the case for him, and now he's going to have to wear like some type of like a device to make sure that he doesn't change back into Abomination ever again. I don't know how that's going to work out, but
yeah, that was interesting. I don't know what if they. I guess they maybe have some way to do that.
Yeah.
They asked the kid from Miss Marvel.
Uh-huh.
That was part of his Princeton grant, or I forget which show he goes to.
He can do anything, right? He can just make whatever.
Yeah, he's our new Tony Stark. You just give him $100, a mop, and a bunch of stuff. He'll MacGyver anything.
Yeah, give him an Alexa. He'll turn it into something else.
Yeah, let's get to the elf
story
thing. So there, so like. Yeah, I mean, so this case, of course, her former colleague Burkowski, approaches the superhuman law division because it's a case involving his ex-girlfriend Runa, but she's actually a shape-shifting light elf from New Asgard.
From Asgard, yeah.
New Asgard, yeah. And who had defrauded him by impersonating Megan the Stallion. And of course she makes a guest appearance in the show, obviously, but one of the other associates has to take the case. I think it's Augustus is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of that kind of particular part of the story? I mean,
I like how they do, how they do the breaking the fourth wall thing, but like how she's like, oh yeah, bring in the B story and tying in with the A story. I'm like, yeah. I just like those. I like little pointing out of like structural, how shows are designed. Like, yeah, that's great. Like, it's good usage of the fourth wall breaking. Yeah. I like that he brought her in because he's like, yeah, she's gonna be a character with a sense to how much of a douche he is and how much he would actually believe that this person was really.
Yeah.
It was good. That was a good payoff for it.
And then the impersonation of the judge. Yeah. It's like, that was pretty good. Yeah. But go ahead, Burley. Yeah.
I like this story, but this story went on way too long with the elf. They did a little too much where it was starting to just get, okay, I'm done with this. Mm-hmm. Like the impersonating of the judge was funny, and then I like that did actually have consequences. And I love early on in the thing because she's like, I'm from New Asgard, so I have diplomatic immunity. And they're like, yeah, no, that ain't gonna fly. And then her lawyer's like, oh shit, that was our entire defense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny throughout because every time they had her impersonate someone, it was funny. Because the first time it was the guy suing her. Immediately after he left, he comes back in. He's like, "Oh, you know what? No, I rethought it. I'm just gonna drop the case. Yeah, I was being stupid. It was that. It's not a lot of money. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Oh, and then she impersonates the lawyer and being like, "I love to sexually harass women."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
causing a lot of trouble, but I like it. A mischievous shape-shifting elf. I mean, that it's the kind of little side stories that I want to see for this type of show. I don't need it to be, like I said, about anything major. Give me good short small stories. I mean, this is exactly what we talked about with Star Trek Strange New Worlds, right? How we want it to be these self-contained stories. It doesn't need to be a big overarching thing. This is I've been wanting a Marvel show to be like this for a while. And I'm happy that we got one that feels like a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the Blonsky part of the story is now finished. Now it's going to move on to something else, and probably soon we're going to get, Daredevil in the show at some point.
Yeah. Well, if I have a small, and it's not theory, just sort of speculation, but I think it makes sense that Daredevil will be in the next episode, just because all the stuff we've seen in the previews has been in these 3 episodes so far.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume that some of the stuff, the only stuff that we haven't seen yet is probably in episode 4. So like we see like Blonsky's still gonna be in it, right? A little bit more. She's gonna go to his like retreat thing for some reason.
Yeah. Maybe to check
Right.
on him or something. Yeah.
Yeah, for whatever reason. It looks like she
Yeah.
might be joining in on like some sort of session that he's doing. Like
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I would be cool if we see that in the next episode. I mean, and then because I kind of feel like if everything we've seen in the previews is 4 episodes, then like we have no idea what's coming for the next 5 after that.
I think Daredevil's coming in 5 because a lot of the people that have seen the show, like the critics that got early, it's been the first 4 episodes, and from reading in between the lines of when they could say stuff, they haven't said nothing about Daredevil. So I'm thinking episode 5.
Well, we have to talk about the end of the episode though, when she's like, she's back to her normal, figure of Jennifer Walters, and she's getting out of the car and she's walking back to her house. And then of course she's attacked by these 4 men that have those Asgardian, style construction equipment. And one of them tries to stab her and take some blood from her, but obviously it couldn't penetrate the thick skin of when she turned back into the Hulk and beat the crap out of them all, But who was the person responsible for wanting those guys to go and extract the blood from her? So we need to find out who that is. So probably we're going to be getting into that. And maybe that's where Matt Murdock comes into things as well. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I feel like he'll just be a cameo, kind of like Wong and Bruce Banner, like relating to a specific episode. I mean, I like that. It's funny. Another one of the 4th wall breaking moments is her like saying like, we're not just going to have a cameo every episode. She's like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe we are, like, because we had this one and that one. And now we know Daredevil's coming. So.
Well, it's interesting, before you go on, Carl, like from the Wikipedia page for the She-Hulk, when it comes to the description of Charlie Cox as being Matt Murdock as Daredevil, it says that Maslany, of course, who plays She-Hulk, called Walters and Murdock best friends. So that'll be interesting to see.
Okay, maybe they already know each other from.
Yeah, maybe.
They went to law school together. I don't know what law schools they went to off the top of my head. Oh, you said California, right?
Well, she went to UCLA because you could see, like, in her office in the first episode, you see that cup there. You see the plaque for the University of California, but then you see the cup for UCLA. So
I doubt Matt.
I doubt it. No, because Matt Murdock is in Hell's Kitchen in New York. So yeah.
But yeah, so I want to say, and I hope, and I'm going to throw it out there that maybe the one who's after her blood, who may have hired these guys, is the leader, right? Because they're playing into the Incredible Hulk movie, right? They're tying up sort of stuff from that,
right?
Addressing it directly with Blonsky. So it would be cool if they also decide, that's going to be a bigger villain that we're going to do later.
Yeah.
Because he did have a lot to do, like with the Hulk's blood, right? He had all these samples of Hulk blood. He was cloning them. He was doing all this stuff with it, and like maybe he looked at this as an opportunity. He's like, oh, it's like there's another Hulk out there, and she's just walking around like a regular person. He's like, I need to get that blood,
Yeah.
I was gonna go my pie in the sky prediction of who's gonna go for that blood. I guess say Kingpin was mine. Just because, hey, if you can get some superhuman blood after his dealings with everything else that's going on, why not get some superhero power back for him?
Yeah, and I think he's going to be in the Echo series as well as in the new Daredevil season that's going to be coming in 2024. So, yeah, maybe, who knows? Yeah. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Kingpin's character and all, but I just think when it comes to Daredevil, they've used him so much. I would love to see them kind of go off and go into some of the other villains that Daredevil faced in the comics instead of just
Stilt Man.
Kingpin.
Still around.
Yeah, we had Kingpin, and then we had Bullseye,
Mhm.
obviously. But I mean, it's been Kingpin in almost every single season. So yeah, so I'd kind of like to see them veer off and go somewhere else. But yeah, but he's coming back again, obviously. But shall see. So obviously, yeah, those of you who saw, of course, the Hawkeye series on, you kind of might have saw what happened at the end there. But yeah. So. All right, so that has been our reactions to, of course, She-Hulk,
Wait,
Attorney at Law. So the
you guys
people
like the
versus
post-credit scene?
yeah, it's right here in the image. Yes, the post credit scene.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty
those.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like that. She's like, I would kill for you, Megan. She's like, whoa,
yeah,
hold on,
Mhm.
tone it down.
yeah, yeah. All right, so yeah, so leave us some comments. Who do you think the person is that ordered those guys to attack Jennifer Walters? Let us know in the comments, and let us know in the comments how you felt about this episode. We're looking forward to hearing from you all. So this has been our reactions to She-Hulk episode 3, The People versus Emil Blonsky. So we hope to catch you in the next episode when we record episode 4 this coming week. So this has been the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena. I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley and Carl. We hope to catch you in the next one. So take care, everyone. Peace out.
Hail Hydra.